Welcome back to another episode of Learning the Hard Way, number 22. It's going to be a busy week. We've got plenty to be excited about, but also quite a lot to be stressed out about. The sun's shining. We're going to kick off the week down in Brighton with Harry.
We're rolling. Back in Brighton, should be a good week. I was down in Brighton celebrating my birthday. Love coming to Brighton. Favourite thing? Probably just like the city on the seafront. That's what I love. I love going to Barcelona. A bit warmer over there though. A lot has progressed. We've had sub-base brought up, pergola posts in. We've done a little bit of bed prep, a bit of lawn prep. We've extended the manhole, brought the manhole level up and put 2 new steps in at the top of the stairs as well. So a lot of small progress. So today we've got the clay paving edging going in. I think that'll be about it for today, just because it's quite a big job. And then we're going to go over the herringbone pattern in the middle. So it should look lovely. Love clay pavers, I think they're a really nice material, personally. The labourer will be helping me out. He was just helping me out, doing a couple porcelain cuts. We have the cladding coming, and I want to get that done, because I want to work my way out of the garden. But I'm not sure when it's turning up. Walk down, have lunch on the beach. Little break away from the garden. Go see food spots. We've only been a Subway so far. Actually, there's a little brunch spot at the bottom of the road, which is good, but that would be an expensive daily, but it is quite a spot. Thank you very much.
So thank you, Harry. Great to see such great ownership being taken of that site. The guys are smashing it. You can see how hard they're working. You can see, well, you probably can't see, but they are smashing their labour allocation targets on it, which is incredible. And the quality and finish of work is brilliant. The organisation is great. So yeah, a real credit to Hardwood and us and what we're doing. I'm heading back to the office now. I am going to be carrying on giving the farm and Henry a help to get the last of our concrete edging set in, ready for tomorrow. So we're using K-forms. The formwork, you leave the edging in when the concrete's done. There's expansion joints in there, so once that pad's done, this pad goes up to it, and then eventually there's concrete pads going that way as well. So just setting the last ones in now with some concrete and rebar, and then final grade through with the digger, final roll with the roller, and then plastic sheeting down. Especially when the sub base is so dry, we want the concrete to cure nice and slowly so it's strong. If you put it down straight onto dry substrate, it draws all the moisture out of the concrete and makes it go hard too quickly. But yeah, nearly there. 8 AM tomorrow, we've got three loads of concrete coming, so we'll hopefully get that main section done, and then on Thursday we're doing where I'm standing. So this time next week I'll be standing on concrete right here. Mark my words. Good start. Concrete truck blew a hydraulic hose just putting his chutes out, so no concrete. Not for now anyway, another one's on its way. Good afternoon. What day is it? It's Wednesday. Good afternoon. Beautiful day. Look at this. Sun shining. Oh, it's amazing. So yesterday we did our concrete pour. Couldn't really have gone much better, I don't think, considering we had the initial panic of concrete lorries falling apart and blowing hydraulic hoses, and yeah, luckily we used a fantastic local company that were able to be very quick, very dynamic, very responsive. We had 4 lorries out and I think we were done by midday, which is great. We're doing it again tomorrow. Felt like a little bit of a spare, but felt like I helped a bit. I was there to jump on the machines and clear things out of the way, and did a little bit of tamping, but conveniently forgot my wellies, so managed to stay out of the concrete. Don't want to trash my big boots. There it is, beautiful. Too clean to use. It's going to be a shame to drive on it. But yeah, with this weather as well, it's curing amazingly. It is absolutely rock hard. As I said, when we were setting it out, it's all got DPM underneath it, so it won't have drawn the moisture out. We're letting it all cure naturally and slowly, so it's nice and strong, because it is going to have some pretty heavy stuff on here. But yeah, looks great. Happy with all the formwork. That was easy to use. First time we've used K-forms. Knocked around another lorry load of crushed concrete in here yesterday, so this afternoon I've got to get the final grade finished, get it rolled with the roller, and then prep it for tomorrow. And we've got trucks at 8 AM again. So yeah, this section should be finished tomorrow. So once the concrete's done and has cured, it means the farm can pull their last bits out of there. There's a combine harvester header in there at the moment, so we can't really do anything around that because it's huge. Once that's out, we can go give it a really good clean out in there and then start doing all of the shelving, the shuttering, putting in the machine bays and the dry storage material bays, and actually organising it. We want everything to have a home and be neat and clean and accountable. And then we can do a yard tour. I mean, you probably know it pretty well by now. All of this going on in the background, and I am, being honest, in the middle of the most terrifying, stressful, all-consuming cash flow crisis. As with any cash flow issue, it's not from one cause, but yeah, cash is going out quicker than it's coming in at the moment, and we owe about £50,000 at the moment on credit accounts, etc. It's not due, but yeah, for the first time ever, we have actually fallen overdue on a couple of payments to suppliers, and I think it's important to talk about. We're going to go into a bit of detail about cash flow. It's so easy when letters start turning up, emails start turning up, an account is put on stop, to just completely panic, put your head under the sand, and not really know how to deal with it, and find the whole thing incredibly intimidating and pretty daunting. Before anything else, probably the only advice I feel really qualified to give is talk to people, is communicate. If you miss payment, don't hide from it, speak to the supplier, speak to HMRC, speak to whoever it might be, because you will more than often find it's a lovely conversation. They're incredibly supportive, especially if you've been good with that supplier up to that point. You know, we're in a not great position now, but the last 7 years, I don't think we'd ever missed a payment. But yeah, let's talk through some of the reasons that have got us here. So, we have essentially started a new company. The maintenance offering, yes, it falls underneath and within the horticulture umbrella, and what we provide, the service and offering we provide as landscapers, but the initial startup costs were new vans, which came with a new image, new sign writing, new uniform, loads of new kit. So the initial outlay was in the multiple 5 figures, and that was taken from the company, the landscaping company's cash flow. Probably should have looked a little bit harder at getting some new company cash, but how the companies are structured, the landscaping and the horticulture are all under the same company, same bracket, so they're all under Hardwood Landscapes Limited. We have spoken to some people who've recommended splitting the companies. We've also spoken to probably an equal amount of people who have said, no, keep them together. It's very conflicting, and we're sort of figuring out as we're going. We are currently leaning towards splitting the companies, splitting the liability. We think that a company, although the turnover is going to be less with maintenance, it's a much more steady and consistent cash flow model. It's much easier to have consistent profits, and it's much easier to just monitor money in versus money going out. You know, it doesn't see the huge spikes in revenue that the landscaping company incurs through the materials that it has to buy to actually build these gardens. It has been a big struggle initially getting the money together to actually get this off the ground. It is revenue generating. We are now breaking even on it. And the whole reason that we're really pushing for our maintenance, aside from the fact we want to offer a full and complete service, is cash flow. Maintenance is cash flow, so it's regular monthly invoices, and we can scale it, well, the aim is to scale it to a point where the cash flow generated from the maintenance covers the entire group of companies with their monthly revenue. So what we generate from here will cover everybody's salaries, all of the HP, the PCP agreements, the overheads, the yards, the electrics, HMRC, the tax, etc. That's all going to be covered by the revenue we generate from these white vans. You will have also seen, obviously very well documented, we completely upgraded our whole new fleet. Very calculated and was always going to be difficult cash flow wise. The initial outlays are VAT and 10% of each van. So we were looking in the region, I mean, including my discovery, of probably £40,000 initial outlay. Again, that was pulled out of the cash flow the landscaping company was generating. It's not profit, it's cash flow. A lot of that was recouped by the sale of the older vans that we had. So these aren't 5 new vans, they were replacing older vans. And the reason we did so is, yes, we're incurring monthly direct debits, but what we are removing was the inconsistent volatility we were getting with fairly major breakdowns. Got to the stage we'd done a few engines, gearboxes, all the big expensive stuff started going. These vans work hard. So yes, there's a monthly cost associated, but we're also back under full manufacturer's warranty. So another thing that we have covered, but was a cash flow hit, was our offices. So we bought these. So yes, again, financed, but yes, again, came with an initial cash flow hit. So again, 10% and the VAT. VAT is always a bit of a cash flow nightmare. What you can often get is VAT deferrals, which we did manage to get on a couple of the vans, which bumps those VAT payments into the following quarter to spread the impact. That's the other cash flow implication we've had in the last 6 months. And it's good me making these videos because it's a good way that I can actually remember, you know, I'm sat there going, how has this happened? How are we in such, what have I done to get us into this position? But actually, look what we've done and look what we've achieved. So pretty amazing, really. So what else have we bought in the last 6 months? Well, look at what we're doing, media. As you know, I have 2 full-time videographers employed. A huge investment into the company and something that is not at all monetized. So there's no direct monetization with what we're doing. There is an indirect monetization, which is incredibly important. And that was the opportunity that I was trying to position us to be able to seize. So that is us being able to connect with new staff, new clients, new designers, tell people what we're doing, get people excited, build the brand, build our reputation, give people an opportunity to get to know me and the business and how I run and grow the business, and obviously the people that make it what it is. It's something that I really hope we're always going to be able to sustain. And look, it is growing. At the time of recording, we're actually very close to being monetized by YouTube. It's going to be pennies, but at least it's an achievement, and again, we're achieving more growth. Everything that we're talking about really has happened in the last 6 months, and that's an incredibly condensed period of time to put yourself through so much growth. Unfortunately, it all came off the back of a relationship and an intercompany setup from a previous accounting company that has actually been very close to being completely detrimental to us and our survival, and we are still very much dealing with the consequences. Various forms of HMRC taxes, both personal income tax for myself because of intercompany structures, VAT payments or repayments that popped up 2 or 3 years prior to those assets being dealt with. These were all cash flow incidents that we had no opportunity to prepare for. Add them all together and they were to the tune of about £80,000. When we paid off those HMRC bills, yes, it felt great, but we weren't paying them because we'd suddenly come into £80,000. We're paying them because we had access to cash flow from jobs that we were doing, from new projects that we were running. So as soon as there's cash in the bank, that's then moved to pay off those bills. And all it really does, and what we've seen and what's become very clear, is we haven't actually managed to recover from it. And all we've done is delay the issue. And I mean, we've reduced it. We now have probably about £50,000 worth of debt that I don't really want. I don't think anybody wants it. So we have reduced the liability slightly, but we're absolutely feeling the repercussions of it significantly. Don't feel by employing accountants that you have removed your liability for the company's money. Blissfully, ignorantly, for years thought they were great and they were doing good things by me and for the company. But unfortunately, if things aren't done the way they should be, the buck stops with you. So even though it's mistakes they made, it's me that has to pay for it. So what have we done? We have reached out to the suppliers that we use most, our core suppliers that we've used for a long time, that we've got good relationships with, and we have applied to have our payment terms extended from 30 days to 60 and even 90 days. So that helped in the short term. What we also did is we moved from invoicing labour monthly to twice a month. So we now invoice on week 1 So we get a payment in halfway through the month and at the end of the month, and that spreads the cash that we have coming into the business. Those are two very small things that have really helped. The most important is point number 3, and that is, again, don't hide from it. Tell people, you know, there's absolutely no shame in struggling cash flow wise as a young, growing business that is just reinvesting every penny in the account back into the company. Those are short-term solutions, but they all play a part in the longer-term solutions. Brilliant. Cheers. Thanks, Jenny. Bye.
Have a nice afternoon.
And you. Bye. See, speak to your suppliers. Credit limit raise. Cash flow help. Don't hide from it. So that's my, 2 pence on cash flow. Very much in it, living it, breathing it at the moment. It's a term I'm getting pretty sick of, to be honest. But tomorrow I'm released. I'm heading back out on site. I'm going to go over, Matt's doing some snagging at East Horsley, so I'll see you there.
Welcome to the gym. This is the rig. Pretty nice bit of kit actually. Very sturdy, very solid, quite heavy. Pull-up bars. Go on then. Go on then what? What do you want to see?
Yeah. Welcome back to East Horsley. We're in the snagging stage. Good place to be on a project. As summer has finally arrived, all of our lovely new plants, a few of them are looking a little bit dry in this bed, so we've upped the irrigation because next week it's getting even warmer. We've got teasers of 27 degrees, which is incredible. But yeah, we've got to make sure, especially while these plants are young and vulnerable, that they have plenty to drink. It's making sure that we're protecting the client's investments. You know, they've spent a lot of money on these plants, so the least we can do is keep them alive. We've just had the designer down, so this has all been designed by Ben Beth. Seemingly very happy with everything. Has promised to send us some more projects to build, so happy days. Yeah, it's been a good morning. It's been all over the place. Over at the yard, concreting is carrying on. So by the time I make it back to the yard, I'm hoping all the concreting is done and they don't need me. Yeah, so I've told them that I'm too busy, but I'm actually just out here watering plants. No problem. And so also not far from where we are, we've got a team carrying on our fetching projects. Paving is going down as we speak. Let's go catch up with Andy.
Sun's shining.
Yeah, we're back.
We are back.
Where is it here?
Although summer solstice tomorrow, so that's summer done. We're on the decline back to winter, so happy summer holidays, everybody.
Yeah.
God. It's Jackson. You're catching me in the middle of acting. Director's not looking happy. Yeah, we're doing a rendition of Midsummer's Dream. Yeah, I know, Sam's the donkey. He's not willing to get into his costume at the moment, but he will be soon. How can I help? Yeah, it's been good. Started laying this Monday, sort of day four of this patio sort of thing. So yeah, it's going well. Kind of broken the back of the main section now, which is nice. Yeah, really nice to lay. It's a Sawn Mint Project Pack sandstone. Slightly different sizes to usual. Normally it's sort of multiples of 3, so 3, 6, 9. It's slightly smaller, which I wasn't too sure about, but actually I think it looks really nice and it's kind of sort of like really ties into the property. It's been a good pick. We're just cracking on. Got the stepping stone path to do through here towards the cabin at the back. Planting either side of that. Some nice full beds that we've sort of already prepped, and then there's lighting being run throughout that. So yeah, be really nice. Be, again, another lovely project once it's finished. So all good. Waffle. That was waffly. Was it waffly? Felt waffly, man. Belgian waffle. Ice cream, cream, sauce.
Cherry on top.
Cherry on top.
So we're finishing the week as we started, down in Brighton with Harry, although this time he's with his preferred labourer. I'm off for the day, but looking forward to getting back and catching up with the guys once the concrete's in later on.
It is Friday, not a cloud in the sky today, so it's going to be a lovely day. Charlie is flying it in, very confident, very good apprentice, better than Will. There's an answer back to everything.
All the technical stuff I've been here for, this is, don't give me that.
You got that, mate?
I told you that earlier. Jesus. And it's like, you'll be like, oh, get on with this, and I'll start doing that. And you're like, you're in my way, get out of the way.
Since we last spoke, we put a bit more edging in around the sides of the clay paving area. Also have brought in the steel for the beds, bent the steel ourselves. Today we're cracking on with putting the brick slips on the stairs. I've got this big boy to get started on, and Charlie's just starting on this smaller set of stairs. Nice product, nice material, nice and white. Goes well with some dark grey adhesive, so we'll have to be careful to not get it too messy, but yeah, no, it's going to be a good day. I wanted to do this job like very methodically and like work my way out, but we had to sort of maybe jump to other bits and bobs, start those little bits, but yeah, no, it's gone all right, it's gone all right. I want to get this, is going to take a few days. Get this done next week, probably get the pergola wood, have a go at that, because I want to get that in before the clay paving goes down. Have some soil running, because we'll have the beds hopefully there, and then the lawn needs to come up by like 20 centimetres worth of soil, so we've got like 6 cubes worth of soil to bump through down the stairs and upstairs. And yeah, pergola basically, get this done, pergola. I'm not sure when the porcelain's coming, but we've got to bullnose that as well. Feeling confident, yeah. Try not to lose my mind over these little pieces of cladding, but we'll be all right.
Oh no, there's a pigeon on it. There we go, look at that. What did I say? We'd be done by Friday. And for once, we've actually achieved the time scale target. Isn't that nice? It's finally. So as of next week, yeah, we're going to be driving around on here. That's great. Happy days. Well, what a great place to end the week. Happy Sunday. See you next week.